Hi there, and welcome back. We're going to talk about booking objections or some of the things that people say when you call to book them. Which ones are real, which ones aren't, and how to proceed. I think this is probably one of the reasons most of us don't even want to get on the phone. We are so afraid that people are going to say no to us, that they're going to laugh at us, that they're going to share their opinion with us. And what other people think of you is really none of your business because not everybody likes us anyway. But I thought I'd help you because this really affected me when I first started. So I had to have some booking scripts, and I have given you a page on this particular video email about how to overcome those video objections. First of all, the one that I hear all the time is I'm too busy. I'm too busy, so am I. In my head, I'm so busy it hurts. But when I really look at my time, I deserve to be pampered a little bit. And don't I just have an hour for that? And don't you just have an hour? Do you go get your nails done? Do you get a pedicure every now and then? That's what we deserve. And so what I say is that's great. We love to work with busy people because busy people get things done. I'll tell you what, let's pick a date, we'll pencil it in, and if we have to change it, we will. That's called Mary Kay's tentative booking approach. She taught that to us 45 years ago. And she said, just get them penciled in and let them know. Let's just pencil something in. We can change it if we have to. That way I've got you on my books. Works like a charm. The other thing is, my house is a wreck. I haven't got it cleaned, or it's under construction. Great, put them in a couple of cars or a minivan. Bring them over to my house. I'll cook, clean, entertain, and I'll clean up afterwards. They love that. But don't run around your house and clean your house and do everything just because you're having a party. Let them see that you live in the real world. I mean, it doesn't have to be really cluttered, but you don't have to do a complete house cleaning just because you're having a Mary Kay skincare class. They're not coming to check your house. They're coming to see what you can do for them. Another excuse is, but I don't know anybody. I don't have any friends. My question to them is, do you like it that way? Because this might be a great way for you to meet some people that you don't know. As a matter of fact, if I have somebody who says they only want to book a facial takes me the same amount of time as 6 people at a class. So if I'm going to do a facial, I'll simply take those 5 or 6 people that only want to have a facial. I'll invite them all over to my house on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock so that I have a skincare class. That way it's good use of my time. And they all get to know somebody else because it's so much easier when you hold a class as opposed to a facial. When you hold a facial, if I did a facial with you one-on-one and I told you that that lipstick looks really good on you, you may think I'm just trying to sell lipstick. But if there's 4 or 5 people sitting around the table that don't even know who you are, and they're telling you how great that lipstick is, you're going to kill me to get it, aren't you? They actually make your class more fun and they make it much easier. So try to hold skincare classes. Skip those facials unless you can put a bunch of people into them to make it a class. Because when you hold a facial, you're basically telling me that your time is not as valuable as mine, and I don't believe that. Another excuse is I'm allergic to Mary Kay. That's probably my number one. I'm allergic to Mary Kay. And the first thing that we as a new consultant want to do is oh my gosh, it's changed so much. Let me try to. First of all, what you're doing when you say that is you're challenging her. Don't do that. Just, I love the reaction that I get when I say, you did? Oh my goodness, what happened? And they're like, half the time they don't even have a reason. They just were saying that to make you go away. But if I do have somebody that had an issue, I do tell them, do you know that Mary Kay has a scientific department of physicists, and when you had a reaction to Mary Kay, if you would have ended up in the emergency room and they determined that it was Mary Kay that did that, all they have to do is write that on a letterhead from the hospital, and we'll send that to Mary Kay, and Mary Kay will pay for all of your doctor bills and medication needed. Did you know that? I'm not making that up. That's true. So I try to act concerned, and I truly am, to find out what the problem was. Sometimes they'll say, well, I just had a pimple. Well, you know, when you try a new product and it's cleaning out your skin like a masking product, that's not a bad thing. That's not a reaction. That's doing what it's supposed to do. So I will talk with them a little bit to see what it was, and about 70% of the time I can usually get them booked for a facial or a class. I don't use makeup is a good one. You know what? That's great, because Mary Kay does have makeup, but that is not what we're about. We're about skincare. And skincare, I'm assuming you do wash your face every day? Because that's what Mary Kay is all about. We're going to teach you how to wash your face with a product that's even better than what you're probably currently using. Would you be willing to at least try it to tell me what you think? Don't worry, they're all written down here. And some people say, well, I use Clinique, or I use, you know, L'Oreal, or I use... That's wonderful. I would love to have someone who is a loyal Clinique user try Mary Kay to give me your opinion of the differences, because I don't know. So would you be willing to try it and tell me what you think of it, and then I'll do a free makeover on you with Glamour. Always give them an option to share. Let me check with my friends first. That's a great one. Let me see what my friends think. Well, honestly, you can go back to the tentative booking approach with us and say, well, you know what, let's pencil a date in, and if we have to change it, we can. Or how about if we just go ahead and schedule it, and then I'll call your friends and see if they want to come. You just give me 10 names, and I'll call until we have 4 or 5 that are coming. Let me do the work for you. I don't want to make this hard on you. Yay! And I don't have any time. You know what? I'm not moving in with you for a week. This is only going to take about an hour, hour and a half, and it's going to make your day, I promise. So can you find an hour or an hour and a half to squeeze in a little pampering session for yourself and some friends? It really does make a difference when you're armed with the information about the objections, so that you can go ahead and talk with them. So don't worry if they say no. Just don't try to change what they said, because that's what they said. So we got to kind of accept that. Booking from profiles is a great opportunity, and I put this in your packet. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I'm just going to let you look at that. Getting leads with time-wise samplers, or lip samples, or fragrance surveys. I am known in Mary Kay as the survey queen. I have a survey for everything. And go to our website, our unit website, either one of them, and go to the surveys, and you'll see that there's a survey for every fragrance we have. There is a survey for every supplement that we have. This is a time-wise skincare facial in a bag. Now, in the facial in a bag, it has 7 sample products. If you go to the website, it shows you how to put these together, what you use to do it with. I even put a disposable washcloth in there so they can use it. That's the time-wise. And you'll notice this one is in pink. The purple one is for the oily skin, so that I can see what the skin type is when I give it away. This is the botanical set. I also have them set up for the botanicals with all the botanical skincare in there. And this is the green, which means it's the normal skincare. The pink one would mean it's for dry skin. The purple would mean that it's for oily skin. You'll see those on the site. This is the Time-Wise Age Repair set. This is what I use because I'm over 40. And the Time-Wise Age Repair set, I love that they have the beautiful packaging that Mary Kay has. But when I hand that to someone, it doesn't have any instructions. So I created the Time-Wise Age Repair, and I tear it apart and put it in here with a disposable washcloth and instructions, and I have literally sold 4 complete Time-Wise Age Repair sets because of this. So great way to work with people who are maybe out of town that want to try your product. Okay, this is the Mary Kay, one of the Mary Kay lip samplers. This is for the Signature Lip Gloss. I have one Signature Lip Gloss. I have one for the Signature Lip Color and the True Dimension Lip Color. And then I just take a little ring, a key ring here, and attach the samples of the lip color to this, and then I carry this with me. I actually take this ring off and attach this to my purse, so that when I go to pay a bill when I'm out shopping, they actually, they're like, oh, you do Mary Kay? And I'll say, oh, yeah, we're test marketing this. Go ahead and grab 2 or 3, and then I'll write down their name, their telephone number, and what colors they took. Then I'll go out and write it on the board. Sometimes I just carry the board with me. Great way to get leads. And this, of course, is the mascara sampler. Because we have mascara samples, I take a little bag, and I always keep this in my possession, because if I don't, people will take off with the whole thing. And they get to take a sample of the mascara, try it right there, and then they put their name, their telephone number, and then they check 1, 2, or 3. 1 means I want it right now, I want to buy it. 2 means I want to earn it free. And 3 means I'm not interested at this time. So on the website, it actually tells you how do you respond to that. Right now, as a new consultant, you're in a booking mode, and that's wonderful. So when you get a 1, you absolutely do not let them buy the product at full price. You say, I'm so glad you like that. If you like that, would you like to pay for it, or would you like it free? Because I'm test marketing other products right now, and if you would be willing to get 3 or 4 people together so that I can do free makeovers, I'll give you that mascara free. How does that sound? So which works better for you, mornings or evenings? And you know the rest from here, don't you? Okay, so those are just some ideas for you to use, but you're never going to be out of leads, I promise. How to get future bookings at your class. Once again, I'm not going to insult your intelligence, but I do want you to know that when you get done with the skincare class and you're transitioning into the glamour portion of the class, first of all, never spend a whole bunch of time on glamour. That's a completely second class. The basic skincare class is that, a basic skincare class. And my basic skincare class is 32 minutes. I do skincare, and then I have a little race with the look card. I give them all a look card and the utensils, and I said, now we're going to have a contest, and the first one to get done gets a prize. And what I want you to do is everybody, it's sealed and laying right there. Don't touch it yet. Don't touch that. And when I say go, you're going to open it up, and there are instructions on the inside on how to put your eyeshadow on. There's 3 colors, how to put your blush on. You get your eyes and your blush on, and then raise your hand, and you're the winner if you get it done fast, and then I'll show you how to put your lips on later. So we have them do that. So as they start running, they're hurrying up, they're getting everything done. You say, now, when we get back together, I'm going to show you how to pick your 3 colors of eyeshadow based on what you've got on, because we'll do some color coordination. I'll show you where to put it because of your eye shape, and how to keep your eye products on your eyes and not all over your face. I'll show you how to pick your blush color, and I'll show you where to put it because of your face shape. I'll show you some contouring, some highlighting, how to use brow pencil. Can you see my eyebrow color? Great, that's the way it's supposed to look. I'll show you how to do that when we get back together. Can you see my eyeliner? No? Great. That's the way it's supposed to be put on. I'll show you how to do that when we get back together. And I'll show you how to pick your lipstick color based on what you got on. And I'll show you how to use lip liner, and I'll show you how to use some products that will keep your lipstick on for up to 2 hours, whether you have a cigarette, a coffee, a pop, whatever. Can you get excited about that? And they're all going, wow, we have to come back. What I'm doing is I'm telling them what I'm going to tell them when we get back together, so that they're excited about getting that second class booked. Now, I'm really a stickler for not having everybody come back to the same class. That kind of defeats the purpose. I have each person schedule their own class with new people so that they can earn free product on their own. That's how I meet new people. But don't worry about it. That whole thing is right here. And if I forget when I'm doing the close, they actually will say, now, what about that class thing? Are we going to book that class thing? They're excited about it now. They want to do it. So there's a way that you can get customers, and it's called a silent class. And whenever I have a hostess, I always give her how to, free product, to earn free product, because she may invite 3 or 4 friends and they can't come because they've got something going on, but they want to order product. So I give her a book, and I give her this sheet. They get to fill this in, and then she gets credit. I tell her that if she has $100 on this page in sales, that I'll give her the product to give to her customers. That way I don't have to do anything. And she gets $50 in free product, her choice. If she has $200 on the sheet, she gets 100 in free product. But this is the best way for me to sit down with her and say, have you ever thought about doing Mary Kay? You just did my job and sold $200 worth of product and you don't even know what you're doing. I would love to talk with you about becoming a consultant. Not to mention you really liked getting your product at half price. That's what we get. You see it? So make sure that you're inviting people to come with you to your meeting and your events. That's the best way for them to see what you do in a bigger picture. Not only that, invite them, maybe one, to be your assistant when you hold a skincare class. Let them go get the washcloths. Let them clean up the trays. Let them squirt the trays. And when you get done with the class and go to have coffee, you just simply hand her the money bag and ask her to count the money or count the sales tickets up. And then just say, how much is in there? 300. Great. Did it look like I was having a good time, in that hour and a half that we were there? Well, yeah. And I just made $150 profit while we were doing that. Is there any reason that you wouldn't want to give this a try? It's a great recruiting opportunity. Don't forget, we don't just teach and sell. We offer them the opportunity too, because if someone wouldn't have offered you the opportunity, you wouldn't be on this video right now, would you? It's our job. We don't have to make them say yes. They can say no. But at least we have to, ask them. And when we ask them, even if they say no, we're planting a seed. Maybe at a different time in their life, they'll come back. Okay? The weekly accomplishment sheet. This is the sheet that kind of tells you how to do your weekly accomplishment sheet. How do you fill it out? It's kind of self-explanatory, but for those of you who are detailed, this will give you a little more detail, whether you do it on paper or whether you do it online. It will help you with that. For instance, you should never turn in a weekly accomplishment sheet to me that says your weekly total was $74.28. That can't be right, because the only thing that gets recorded are our suggested retail prices, and nothing ends in 28. That means that you've either taken a discount off before you were supposed to, or you have taxes added in there. So make sure that you check, and if you can't figure out how to make that happen correctly, let me know, and I'd be happy to go through it with you. Okay? And don't forget, online or on the back of your weekly accomplishment sheet is a little communication tool that you have with me. And it says that you can check it if you need help with booking, help with coaching, to share the opportunity with telephone sales, how to close classes, business management. You can actually communicate with me and let me know what you need a little more assistance with. Now, when it comes to your taxes, we have so many tax deductions in Mary Kay. This record keeping information will be attached to this email, and it tells you everything that you need to keep and how. And this is a sheet you want to actually hang on a board or on your refrigerator. Every time someone takes something from my family, if they take it off of my inventory shelf, they have to leave the box or a note for me on my desk, because I don't tax deduct things that we use for ourselves. I only tax deduct things that I make money on. And the IRS wants to know. They know that you ordered it, but if it doesn't come off your shelf, they assume you've sold it. So you need to keep track of the things that you donate, the things that you give away for parties, the things that you give as gifts, and you can actually give up to $50 retail per person per year as a gift and write it off as a tax deduction. What a great birthday gift or a Christmas gift you can give to people. At Christmas time, I wouldn't give Mary Kay to my family because I thought they're going to think, oh, she's just giving us Mary Kay again. And so I didn't give it to them. And the next year they're like, why don't you just give us Mary Kay? And I'm like, okay, what a great tax deduction for me. So also a sheet on how to organize your receipts, how to keep everything. I personally use a tax consultant. His name is Jody Tiernan from Tiernan and Associates in Union, Ohio. And he is willing to do your taxes if you would like him to, even if he just does your taxes at the end of the year. Jody and his father have had this business forever, and they do a lot of the top Mary Kay people. They just do our taxes. They understand Mary Kay. They know that Mary Kay inside and out, so they know what we do need to take, they know what we've forgotten, and they'll let us know. And they also said that if they do your taxes for you, because Tom Tiernan was an actual IRS man before he started this business. He said you are a prime target when you own your own business for a tax, audit. And that's true when you're on your own business. But he said, if I do your taxes and you get audited, I don't want to see your face. I'm going in there because I know what they're looking for. That was enough to sell me. So he does my taxes. So if you're interested in his information, I believe it's on some of the information in the paperwork. If not, give me a call. I'd love to set you up with Jody. And you can also call Jody for any of your tax questions. Just tell him you're one of my unit members, and he does that for free. And remember the emotional cycle of Mary Kay. We're all excited when we start. We can't wait to get going. And then a couple people tell us no, and we just feel like, oh, I know I shouldn't have done this. I just can't. It's just part of the deal. Get revved up. Get excited. Stay with your consultant friends. Go to your meetings. We've all been through that. We know how it goes. But nobody gets more excited than you when you have a success under your belt. So stay with us. Stay persistent. Hang on by your fingernails if you have to. Believe me, there are many times in my 30 years that I thought, really? But the blessings are so much better. Just don't let those people get to you. All right? So, if you have any obstacles that you're having in your career right now, or you're having any questions, things that you can't quite figure out, give me a call. Let me know. I'd love to discuss it with you. Remember, I'm your free business coach. Let me help you through those things.